Hi everyone, welcome back to the Average Aspirant. Today's video is something uh, that we all care about, which is money. So we are going to dive into top 3 MBA careers that make the most money in India right now, which is in 2025. What are the trends? And if you have ever wondered which MBA jobs deliver the biggest pay, the most money, and how you can land in these jobs, so stay tuned to this video. This is real data-driven advice and just facts, right? And I know I have not been able to consistently post video, so that is something I'm really sorry for. There have been some developments in my personal and professional life which have keeping me occupied. So we will try the best to keep this channel going, and I'll try to keep making more videos and keep you guys updated. Moving forward, right? Let's start with the setting the stage. So if you see the recent placement reports or even industry trends, right? So the average CTC for fresh MBA grads, and here I'm talking about top IIMs. By top, I mean the top six. You can even include, let's say, Shillong, and then I mean FMS, ISB, MDI, SPJ, institutes like this. Where the top average CTC is around 25 to 35 LPA. If I missed anything, you can just add. So this is not comprehensive, right? So the average CTC is 25 to 35 LPA, right? This sounds great, but where's the catch? The catch is that the real big money, this lies in very select few careers where packages can skyrocket from starting from 40 and to 50 LPA. This is straight out of college. And in these careers, what happens is as you progress, the like in the previous videos as well, we have displayed how the salary progression happens, right, for an average person, something like this. But in these roles, you can see a exponential growth. So it could happen that in 3 or 4 years, your pay is 2x of what you are earning in the same role. So which are these careers? I'm very sure you might have obviously guessed the first one or even the second one. So the first one being management consulting. No brainers, right? We all know why this is the most sought after job after MBA. That is because of the money it offers. Although there have been concerns about the workload, work life balance, and things like these, but definitely money is there. This field is the let's say the pinnacle for management grads, aiming for fat paychecks. And you'll see global giants like McKinsey, BCG, Bain, even ATK. They'll offer you a great package, and their packages start at least from 30 LPA. I'm talking about CTC, and they're fixed easily. Easily, you can get around 26 to 27 fixed in any of these companies, right? The rest becomes your bonuses, your one time and variable, and things like these. And if you land a position in these firms, so this will push your career, and after 2 to 4 years you can expect a very good return and very good package, very good hikes, right? But the problem is it is not a cakewalk to land in these firms. You need to master a few things, which is, let's say, for example, case studies, problem solving, group discussions, sort of these. But there is a tier 2 of management consulting also, which is, let's say, your big four, your EYs, KPMG, your PwC, things like these. So they will offer anywhere between 18 to 25 fixed, but these are tier 2. growth will not be as much as your growth in McKinsey, BCG, Bain, or top tier consulting, right? There are firms like Accenture as well, which lie, let's say, somewhere in between of tier one and tier two. So firms are there, although they have very good packages, right? Getting out of college and getting a 15 to 25 fixed package is not bad, but it is a bit lower than the tier one, which offer like around 25 plus, easily fixed. So this is the first one. The second one is almost easy. You might have guessed it by now. So moving on to the second one, coming at number two is IB, which we call investment banking. Now, why is it at second and not at first? Although the money offered here is higher than management consulting, right? The number of students which can to get into this particular field is less, because let's say your batch size is 500. I'm talking about, let's say I am ABC, batch size is 500. From an estimate, only around 25 to 35 people will get into this particular role, which is what, 5 to 7%. 5 to 7% of the total batch. That is, you will have to be at least in the top 10 percentage of your batch if you want to get into IB. Now, for those who are fascinated by finance, this is where the real hustle happens, right? And the workload is too much. Like, people start from packages like you can just an estimate. From what I have observed, you can easily get 30 plus fixed here if you get into a top IB. And what do I mean by top IB? Top IB is your, let's say, JPMC, Morgan Stanley, GS. I'm talking about IB roles. GS also comes for, in fact, all of them come for other roles as well. But I'm specifically here, I'm talking about IB roles. So once you become a VP, becoming VP is not that hard. But once you gain some experience after becoming VP, your packages can easily soar up to around 60 LPA fixed. Here I am only talking about fixed. Now there's one more thing, that in IB, your variable pay, I think, is highest amongst all the roles that are being offered at campus. Because in consulting also there is a factor, right? Around 20-25% of your annual pay or something, right? There will always be a factor. In IBs, we have seen twice bonus as well, which is 100% of your base. So let's say you get into an IB, you're earning 30 LPA fixed. It won't be a shock that you get 30 LPA of bonus as well. I know people who have got 100% bonus. Obviously, it depends on a lot of things, the market, your performance, and how your company is performing. But IB is the only role where this is achievable. In any other role, let's say you go into Genman, even consulting or fraudman, anything, right? Marketing, sales. You cannot even imagine that you get a 100% bonus. But things happen in IB. These things happen, right? But again, this role, demands a lot of dedication. You have need to have a lot of skills. You and a very, this is a very demanding job. You get to sleep very less, and so you need to be exceptional in this case. Now moving on to the third. So last but not the least is PM, your product management, but in tech. Nowadays there are a lot of PM roles of startups and other things as well, other companies. But if you are a PM in a tech company, then you can easily expect a very good package. This particular sector has already exploded in India, right? With companies like example, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, even to an extent Flipkart. They are hiring a lot of MBAs who have a tech savvy background. So starting packages here can easily range from 25 plus fixed. and this is the one of the roles where your campus package, which is, let's say, they usually have a range 25 to 35. So if you are, let's say, having someone having less amount of work ex, you can get expect 25, and then additional 2 for each year of relevant work ex. This is how mostly it works in top IIMs and top colleges. uh, just in PM, this is the case with product managers. So mostly people with tech background, having experience in AI, data analytics, or um, let's say coding, they have a serious edge here. I'm not saying that if you don't have experience in coding or tech, you can't get into product management, but they have an edge because the recruiters, they love, hands-on project experience, right? So this is the final one, and here in this particular sector, experience matters a lot. If you have even software engineering experience, right? So this will help you get into this particular role. Now, before we wrap up, I'll just share some more things, right? So, how do you, put yourself in running for these coveted roles? So, you need to start by targeting your dream companies early, right? When you get into your MBA schools, let's say in term one, you need to start investigating and finding, inquiring about what kind of roles are there in the campus, right? How many people are typically placed in these roles, what is the ratio, and so on and so forth. So you need to connect to your seniors, connect to your alumni, attend this, what was the term for this company PPTs, pre-placement talks, right? PPT, company PPTs. So attendance is mandatory anyways, you have to attend, but try focusing in on that. There are usually, alumni coming in the PPT. You can talk to them, and you need to make resume according to the role you want. So basically, networking is the key, yes. But networking in what sense? You can't just go to your alums and ask for a job. Network in in the sense that you ask for advice. What can you change in your resume? What role suits you? Things like that, right? And yeah, case solving is something which will always help. This is not just for MBAs. Case solving will work for everyone. So you need to have good case solving skills, estimate skills. Make a peer group early in your MBA, and actively prepare for interviews by joining these peer groups for mocks. This will always help you. And if you want, let's say, tech or product roles, so maybe side by side, you can get some certifications. Like if you have no experience in coding, you can start with, let's say, SQL or product management course, or even project management certificates are there. But only if you want to get into it. Don't spend too much on these certificates. They cost a lot, even in terms of money and in terms of time, right? And one final thing before closing this video is that these top roles, they usually go through only 10 to 15% of top B schoolers. So first of all, you need to be in the top 10 to 15 B schools in India. And then in these B schools, you need to be in the top 10 to 15% of your batch. So it is not no longer about the average aspirant. We are talking a bit higher in this term, but it is a tough journey. But with the effort and clear goals, you can absolutely make it, right? So yeah, that is it for this particular video. If you want any specific video or any specific topic for me to cover, please let me know. I'll try to do my best. And thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe if you like the content. And thank you so much. Have a nice day.